Hey guys, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Flesh and Blood stream. Today we got Silas on the horn. Say hi, Silas.
What's up, everybody?
We're going to be helping Silas test for RTNs this, a little bit today. I'm going to be playing a few different decks. I'm going to start off playing a Victor into him, and then I think towards the end we might, when Silas thinks it's going to be his last game, we might watch a game and like kind of like me and Silas play a game together and kind of talk about like the different lines and some things like that that we could go over. So I think it'll be pretty exciting. Are you pretty locked into playing KO this weekend?
Yeah, I'm gonna play this KO list this weekend.
Okay, cool. So I'm pretty excited about it. Burger King or McDonald's? I got to go with McDonald's. I got a better breakfast. That's an interesting question, though. I like it. Also, we got a hydrate from Ben. Hey, Milkman, what's up, buddy? How are you, brother? All right, so let's see. I have a KO matchup somewhere. It's down here at the bottom. So we run our usual suspects into KO. A couple things I'm going to talk about before we actually started playing here. I'm actually running Tectonic Plating and Tunic in my list now. And you'll notice I have Arcane Lantern and Null Rune Boots. I'm going to be honest, for RTN season, I'm just sick of losing to Kano every time I run into it. So I've just decided to like run some cards into Kano to like help the matchup a little bit. Now, with that in mind, I do understand that like I will never be beating like the 1% of Kanos who understand the deck and like can pitch stack against me, but this gives me a chance at least against like some of the medium Kanos. The other thing that we've added to the deck is we're now playing Enlightened Strikes in the deck. I'm curious to see how that plays against Silas today, because I cut one Command and Conquer, I cut one red Macho Grande, and I cut one red Thunderquake to add in 3 E-Strikes. So again, that'll make our dash matchup better, but it's going to like make some of our clashes worse against Silas. So I'm curious to see how this plays out today. And Silas is going to make me go first. All right.
Did you see where Fabre has a clash simulator based on your deck list?
A clash simulator?
Yeah.
That's interesting. No, I have not seen that.
I saw a post about it where it will tell you what percentage of chance you win a clash based on what's in your deck.
Really? That's kind of cool. February always has some of the coolest stuff, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So if we make a surge and throw 7 here with the E-Strike, like I think that's fine.
It is, because I'll tell you after.
I mean, yeah, I was like, even if your hand was bad, I'm still gonna attack here. Attacking for 7 this way like makes Silas give us a couple cards, and then we're setting up a pretty hefty attack in our arsenal. Card. Oh my god.
I have 2 no blocks.
And you want the agile windup for the agility? That makes sense.
Actually, that's wrong. That's wrong. I should. Well,
you may start the turnover.
It's blocking 2 or using. I'll just use the agility. Let's see.
I mean, the agility is pretty good. Like, yeah. I mean, I think taking 4 is worth the agility here, personally. But again, like my KO reps are, I think I've probably played like 10 or 15 games on the deck, like not a ton.
Oh yeah, I immediately get rewarded.
Yeah,
we get to play a cast. We get to. Hold on, that's wrong.
I was like, no, you don't get to play that first.
I have to.
Ooh, you've seen people run Crown of Dominion for this matchup? That's intriguing. I got to hear more about this. Why are people playing Crown of Dominion? Like just to make the first clash free or something like that? I like Balance of Justice because it bails me out of the first blood rush he has. I mean, we're going to attack for 10 here from our arsenal. The question is, do we want this in our arsenal or do we want this in our arsenal? I think having this is better because the Command and Conquer is a card that... Excuse me, the Command and Conquer's like 5.
Oh, I whiffed.
Oh, you didn't whiff. You got 5, dude. You got 5 mites. Like that's the thing. That card doesn't really whiff, bro. Like,
yeah, no. I think I'm going to arsenal the no block. That seems like
hey, Lillian, how are you? So I think, yeah, we're just going to throw the Macho here and then just arsenal our other 10 attack, and we'll just start trying to apply some pressure. Like, unfortunately, like, we know that there's a blood rush coming up. And I mean, to be fair, like, there's a... What do you have? I don't know how to do. I don't know how to like run that calculation in my head of like what the chances are he drew the blood rush there. But I mean, we know that it's coming this turn or next turn either way. So
seems wrong to take 10, but I kind of have to play my hand.
I mean, like Are you sure you have to take 10 to play your hand?
Yes,
Like,
because I have a pulping in Arsenal, and if I play that and discard my Blood Rush, I just lose. So I have to play my Blood Rush first, and I drew all reds. So,
a hand doesn't sound great. I won't lie.
no,
Like,
it's not a good hand.
to secure the trounce turn, that actually makes sense, Milkman. That actually kind of makes sense that you want to secure that trounce. The first trounce is really big. I get that. Hey, you won your RTN last week? Oh, dude, Lillian, congratulations. Was it draft or CC? 12 go again.
12 go again. Dominate.
I mean, do I want to give you the civic steps here? You're going to throw something else at me, right? The only way I truly get punished is if you have another cast bones, which we know you don't have unless you had it. Now, you played the Arsenal card.
I could have drew it off the top on the draw discard for pulping.
No, you didn't. It's still only the 5th card into your deck. Right? Oh, Blood Rush let you saw the last 2 cards, so technically you could have seen it. Yeah, I think this is still a correct play, though. Like, I think this is correct. And then depending on how we line up with things, like, I mean, if it is cast bones, we get pretty hard punished here, but I think this is fine. We can crack the balance of justice on whatever Silas does next. So I think here's a good time to just go ahead and draw a card and see what we come up with here. I mean, the Quicken token doesn't really matter, right? But we should just block 6 and then throw 10.
It's a 20-point damage turn.
Yeah, we're going to have to give you the Vigor token. Yeah, and the crazy part's I'm going to take 7. Now, to be fair, like, you did eat a lot of equipment this turn. You ate the balance of justice. Like, you ate the counter that I'm willing, like, the 2 I want to give you off the Aegis. And we'll just throw the Thunderquake here. The fact that, like, Silas had a 20-point turn where we only took 7 and we're now attacking for 10 is, like, crazy.
Let me work out the math.
No worries, man. Take your time there. It was CC? Dude, let's go. Did you open your gold foil, Lillian? I would be curious to know, like, if you got a cool gold foil or not. I have never won a gold foil, and that is, like, a path that I'm on. I want to own a gold foil. Like, I want to have won a gold foil. Hey, Keshkar, what's up, dude? You can actually hit ! deck, and you will find the deck list that I am playing right now. And if you're looking for Silas's deck, I don't have the link to his deck, but I mean, if he's comfortable sharing his list, we can probably get him to make a copy of it, and then I can put it in the chat.
There you go. I'll send it on the table chat.
Gold foil Centauri Saber playing Kasai, dude. That's awesome. Well, congrats, Lillian. I'm excited for you. Are you going to be going to Nats? You're in the UK, right? I'm pretty sure that Scowling lives in the UK. I'm pretty sure he does. I was like, I always hear you guys like talking about going to armories. I always assume that like a lot of people that like watch his channel like at the same time as like when he's live or like live like in the same like rough time zone as him, but I've been wrong about that kind of stuff before, so. So you did end up losing to the KOs playing Bravo. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I was like, I know you were really trying to work on that matchup quite a bit, so I know that's tough. Just gonna come in with Claw for 4 and keep both your cards.
I don't.
You had a Vigor token for my Clash of Vigor.
Yeah.
Would you rather keep your Tunic and not use one of the cards in your hand?
No, because I'm going to create a Agility token. And then Arsenal this.
So the question is it better to block with E-Strike or Thunderquake here? So we're going to throw this right here. Like, we're going to throw this indefinitely. I think we're supposed to, like, we need to keep 2 cards to do this. And if Silas's turn is only this, it means he's more than likely looking to set up here. I mean, we only need to keep 1 card to throw 7, or we have to keep 2 cards to throw 10, which means we're blocking 9 and attacking for 7, which is 16, or we're blocking 6 and attacking for 10, which is 16. So is it literally exactly the same no matter what? Except it just depends on whether we're taking damage or attacking. If we want to attack or defend for more, I think I'd rather attack for, well, I guess we could go again into something else too. Like we could always like go again into hammer if we were able to keep 2 cards. So I think it's better to block here. I think it's better to block here. Oh, you're in the Netherlands, but it's about the same time zone. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, Keshkar, happy to help, man. I hope you enjoy the deck list, brother. I've really been enjoying Victor. He's like, I don't know, like I expect I'm not gonna be at LA, unfortunately, but I expect there to be a lot of Victor at LA. I think there'll be a lot of it there for sure. Yeah, I was looking to dodge the KOs, dude. I think this is gonna be a pretty heavy KO meta, Milkman for sure. Dude, what's up, Robert? How are you, brother? Leo, I wholeheartedly agree. I think that, oh wow, Silas gave me all of his equipment. I'm in danger.
I don't want you swinging with that hammer, baby.
Oh, okay. So,
oh, good thing I had the agility, baby. Let's go.
Oh man, did you draw that or did you have that?
I drew it.
Oh wow, dude, nothing feels worse than doing
from
something
my
like
experience,
that.
Talishard almost always discards the card you drew.
It does it a lot. I have noticed that it does that a lot. Yeah. So I think we have to decide if we're okay taking some damage here, and I think I am. Like, we're probably just going to keep this card right here all the way on our right here to try and, like, put this on the bottom and come in for 7. So I think we have to be willing to take 4. But if I'm going to... the first card I'm going to block with is that, because if I am able to keep 2 cards, I can actually attack for 8, which would be pretty good. And that's why we kept... that's why we took some damage there.
Too good of a player, Zach.
It's also worth... Thanks, Silas. It's also worth noting that I think a lot of people would have blocked with the Civic Steps right there, and they would have gotten immediately punished for it.
Yep. Because I could have clawed into Sin Packing.
I mean, we're just supposed to give 6 and attack for 7 here, I'm pretty sure. Like, I would much... Wait, whoa. God, I hate when Talishar does that. I blocked with the wrong cards. Like, sometimes, like, when you, like, go to block with something, it moves the cards around, and I think I click on them on accident. I would like to attack with the Choke Slam here, but the only way for us to do that would be to give the... So we could give... we could give Cranial Crush. We could have given Cranial Crush or Aegis and the Tectonic Plating, and then we could have pitched the Rouse to throw Choke Slam and then left this in our arsenal. But I think just attacking for 7 is fine here. We could draw a card, but there's a high chance we draw blue, and without Crown of Providence, I don't really want to like be putting something in my arsenal to draw blue. Okay, so Silas is going to go to 19. We're currently up 9 points, but Silas has quite a hand here. Winning this will be a big hit for us, by the way. Yeah, just being able to outvalue your opponent every single turn is really good. I completely agree, Lillian. Dude, Brickless, winning those clashes is what it's about, brother. Sometimes you just got to get lucky and win those clashes, fam. Sometimes that's all there is to it. I think this is a good time to give the Civic Steps. I think this is another good time to give the Civic Steps. Hopefully we win the Clash of Vigor. We did. You love to see it. That makes our turn so much better. It means we have another card that we can give here.
It means like I can't draw discard now.
Knowing that's on top.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also very fair. So pitching this card plays better with the Rouse that we just pitch stacked. Not that I think this game's going to come to second cycle, really. But pitching this does not play well with the Rouse, but it does play well with being able to end the game with the Grindstone. So I think we're going to block here because I really like second cycle Terra Thunder.
Wow.
And with the Blood Rush, this is a card that Silas has to block. You love to see it. How many blocks did we leave in the deck? I leave in the Test of Strengths and the Trounces here. I think if nothing else, they block efficiently. That's why I leave them in the deck. And if I win them, it just happens to be better for us, Robert. That's like my whole thought there. So Keshkar, I bring in Tunic for Dromai. I bring it in for Prism, Kano, and I would probably bring it in for Viserai, yeah, if I was going to. All right. Well, Silas picked a pretty good hand to leave us with nothing. I mean,
what'd you do?
I want to leave this in my hand, I think. Hey, Adam, what's up?
Is it in the cat's room? How did they get in there?
Hey, no worries, Keshkar. I completely get it, dude. Sometimes Twitch chat can be that way. Man, this is tough. So we're up 8, but that's about to change big time. So we can go 5-go again, putting this on the bottom. And then, no, yeah, I would want to put this on the bottom. And then I could pitch both of these to Hammer and see if Silas wants to block. I could pitch this to make a surge and then come in for 7. And then Arsenal this, or not Arsenal this, but leave it in my hand and just kind of give myself an intellect penalty here. I think we want to push damage because Silas obviously doesn't want to block. Silas isn't going to want to block. He might want to give 1 card here, so I think we're just going to try and push damage here. I don't know. This is tough.
Nah, you know me. I just stare at you.
Hey, Adam, what's up, dude? Yeah, Keshkar, I agree. This hand is not great. Like, I would love to be able to throw a Debilitate or a Choke Slam. Like, and yeah, no, I know. Silas is all blocks. Or no blocks. He's no blocks and all gas.
Dude, I'm gassed. That's why I do well with Fi, because he's just...
All right, so this is the tie, so we're not doing this here. Plus, I'm going to need the counter off the Aura Mages here to help us out. I mean, we're up quite a bit of life, so like we can take some damage here. Walk, Clash of Vigor, Buckling Blow, take 8, go to 17, and we're still at 9. I mean, maybe I'm just supposed to give some equipment here. I don't know. Like, maybe we're just supposed to give some equipment here. I'm not sure. Let's go. We win the Vigor. You love to see that. Means we can make a surge no matter what we do to set ourselves up for our next hand. What do you have, another Cast Bones over there? Nah, he didn't play the Blood Rush.
I blocked with the Blood Rush.
So this is a swing big? So this is a swing big. Like, it's almost assuredly a swing big at this point. Let's go to 12. Like, and if Silas just picked go again to give up 2 points there when he's not going to do anything, then like, I don't know. I tip my hat to him because he's a psychopath. Like, that would be another level of gaming right there. Let's block 5 and stay at 12.
Big turn.
No, that was a really good turn. Like, that was good. I think it's better to swing the hammer instead of arsenaling this. Like, if he were at 2, I would make a surge and arsenal this. But he's at 8. Yeah, block the hammer. You love to see it.
Yeah, my hand works out to where it's the right move.
No, I like that because sometimes it is correct for you to block the hammer. Like,
trigger that beast within.
It's like, yeah, take 8 and die. Hit me. I'll hit all those non-attacks, baby.
Well, 4 of them are out of my deck, so the hits are very small.
So Stolzer, I like Rhinar. I played Rhinar the other night, and I think I can't remember what I went. I think I went X and 1 or X and 2 with it. Like, Rhinar was a lot of fun, and I think if we're in a Guardian heavy meta, I think that he's really good.
He's definitely better into Victor than Bravo.
Ugh.
Get wrecked.
I really don't want to put that on the bottom because you have a 7. If you had flipped a Blood Rush, I would just do it. But I don't think that's worth destroying my shield. I think I'd rather let you draw a card at some point in time. We gotta refresh here. I think I already clicked pass. Yeah, I did. It's just waiting on me at this point. So I think that Talishar has been putting a lot of the alternate art cards in here. Like, I think it's kind of cool personally, but I think that's something they've really been focusing on, is putting like the alt art cards in Talishar for people to use. It's pretty fun in my opinion. I like it. We pitch the Trounce for Surge, bottom the Macho, and then Arsenal the Golden Sun. So I know that was a couple turns ago, Lily, and I'm sorry I'm behind here. Let you keep 1 blue and throw a Golden Sun for 10 the next turn. So throw it for 10 because I could get rid of the shield. That was probably actually a better play. Yeah, that was probably actually a better play, Lillian. Good catch. I think that would have been a better line of play for me there.
Let's go. Beast within trigger.
All right, this is only going to be for 6 because Silas can't gain power this turn because of the choke slam. So his might token not getting a lot of value there, which is kind of nice. I mean, the obvious block is this card and the gauntlets, but I'm debating if I want to give the Trounce gauntlets and the tech plating here. I mean, I guess technically I could just give Trounce and take 3 and then save this for something else, because I do like the idea of being able to... No, I should give Test of Strength, take 2, go to 9. When he throws the claw, block with the Trounce. Yeah, I think that's a better play.
Let's go.
So, if I destroy my shield, I can put his swing big on bottom. But I'm really not going to win because, I mean, he'd have to hit a whiff here, right? He'd have to hit a Reckless, which he probably only plays 1, which is gone. He's seen 2 Cast Bones already.
And 2 Blood Rush.
Which means he has 1 Cast Bone and 1 Blood Rush that he can hit that are whiffs here. So there's not a very high chance that he misses. I mean, with the Trounce in our hand, I think that we might need to go for it. So I'm going to break the shield here, and I'm going to put his on the bottom, and he hits a 6, which means we tie. It's not great, but it's fine. Like, definitely not the best thing that we could have done there. Yeah, Milkman, I actually really agree. I do like saving my attacks. Like, I would rather take some damage on the first thing he's going to throw at us and save for second for whatever he's going to throw at us next. All right, so nobody wins the Trounce, but we knew we weren't going to win the Trounce. Actually, we knew nobody was going to win the Trounce because we knew the first one was a tie. So blocking with that was just a 3 block there. I mean, block 3, take 3, go to 6, swing the hammer. Force Silas to either give us 2 cards or give us a card in the Tunic. I think going to 6 is fine because we have some equipment that we can use over here. Okay. The fact that he's not using his arsenal, like he's not going to use his arsenal, makes me feel a lot better about this next turn. Although the agility is pretty good. We're hoping that he can't get too much value out of it besides the claw.
You're making mommy mad. You just hit her butt in Pepper's face.
Bro, your dogs are like the entertainment of the stream, fam. I love it.
You need to clip that burp and have it. It's just like people can hit it and it'll do it.
I'm gonna like turn that into like a Discord soundboard bite so that people can use it during the tournament when something happens, fam. Why not Arsenal the Spinal? Because I would have had to have gone to 3 to Arsenal the Spinal, and I don't know that I really want to. I don't really want to go down that far. If you mean why not block with the blue and then just Arsenal the Spinal, I think getting Silas's Tunic and taking a card out of his hand is better than doing nothing this turn. If Silas were at 4 and I was at 6, I definitely would have blocked with the blue and then Arsenal the Spinal. But in that spot, I like being able to keep the I like being able
Yeah.
to throw the hammer.
It has drawn and discarded the card I drew 6 times this game.
Yeah, it happens a lot, honestly. And we win the trounce. What a W.
I don't think it matters.
What a W, bro.
Because I didn't draw a blue. I didn't get to keep a blue, so.
Is this just for 3?
Yeah. You've got it, unfortunately.
So we get to make a surge and swing 9 if we go to 3. Yeah, I think this is fine. We'll just go to 3 and play it this way. I'm sorry, we get to swing 10, actually, so we get to take every card out of Silas' hand this way.
Well, I have a no block, so you win.
Oh, wow. Well, that works too. Sometimes you just win.
Yeah. I'm glad I kept it close. You got so far ahead, though, the first couple turns.
Yeah, I think that's how you have to play this matchup from your point of view. Like, I could be wrong, but, like, if you're going to win as KO, in my opinion, you have to let me get ahead and take your swing turn when it comes. Like, or you have to have a huge turn in the first, like, 3 turns of the game.
Yeah. I think me taking 4 for the first turn really hurt me, too. For turn 0.
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, don't
What
get me
was
wrong.
what
Like,
was your AVP?
14.5.
Yeah, mine's 13.1, so.
Yeah, and my average damage threatened per offensive card was 3.62.
I think I have 3.3, so you're above rate.
I mean, no, I'll take it. That's really good. Like, I'm curious, like, to know how I'm really curious to see how the E strikes feel today. Because like I like the E strikes and I think they help a lot of matchups, but I'm curious to see how they play in this matchup. Do you want a full sideboard or do you just want to run it back?
We can run it back. I'm not going to change anything.
Okay. Yeah, let's just do a quick rematch. So I don't think I'm supposed to attack here. I think I'm just supposed to heave this. Like, I think we can pitch this, and then we can just pass, and hopefully Silas has a weird hand. We can actually just pitch both of our... No, we had one floating, so we get to keep this in our hand. I mean, I think that's fine. Probably supposed to pitch the blue there, but, I mean, I think it's fine. Like... You realize I have 4 surges, right? So like I literally just get to make another surge and
it's fine. I just got to get in your head.
Throw this, bro. Get out of here. You've been trying to get in my head since the day you met me, fam.
That's how I win games, man. I don't beat you too often, though.
Dude, I grew up in the wrong family for you to be trying to get in my head, man. So if I block, like, we're definitely going to block with the debilitate here. The question is it CNC or spinal that we arsenal? I think it's better to arsenal the spinal. Both cards require 2 cards from Silas. I think we want to give the CNC, although technically spinal is considered an off surge card. Like, there are cards that like we can draw into like Clash of Vigor and other things that can like work out for us. So we're going to crack all 4 of our surges here.
You don't have to.
And then I get to throw this for 2, which is awesome. And technically, this plays around him having Blood Rush here. So Silas playing the Sin Packing actually allowed me to throw a better card at him. Which is like, kind of ironic. Like, I don't know. Like, feels like we got multiple turns of value out of that. Silas blocks 9. Interesting hand. Okay. And then we arsenal this.
Yeah.
I mean, if all Silas is doing is playing the Cast Bones, like that actually works out pretty well for us. So he has a Cast Bones, an Agile Windup, a Pulping, a Beast Within, a Wrecker Romp, and a Pulping. He only has 1 red and he only has 1 blue. It's a lot of yellows in 6 cards. So... I mean, I can just go again into this, right? Like, we can just do it all here. Oh, yeah, that's really good. Like, playing E-Strike working out really well for us right here. Why not block with Cranial and Debilitate? Use Thunderquake. So I could have blocked with both my blues there. And because of the surges, I would have been able to pitch a Reddith Spinal. I actually really like that play, Robert. And I'm not going to lie, that's not even something that crossed my mind. I actually really like that play a lot. That's a lot better than the line I come up with. Good catch, man. That's a lot better. Good catch. Send packing is only value for Victor. It definitely feels that way. Like, unless you block poorly as Victor, it definitely seems like you get a lot of value out of send packing for sure. Yeah, I could have made a new surge because I had 4 surges, so I could have made a new surge and then done that, and then still had the CNC and Arsenal. Yeah, that would have been really good. Yeah, good catch, Robert, for sure. Well, this hand's not very good.
That's what I want to hear.
I mean, if we like hit into a blue, it could be good, but I don't know. So this card is better against him than this card. So we're just going to block like this.
Give me all your cards. Let's go.
And hopefully we win one and or both. All right, we win that one. And then, let's see. Did we win the first one? So Thunderquake, and then you have an Agile Windup, and we have a Trounce. So we'd have to basically hit a blue Cranial Crush or a blue Macho Grande to have the blue that we want in our hand. So I don't think this is worth cracking. We've already drawn the extra card here, so I think we're just going to say no.
Give me all the tokens.
Don't understand. Oh, Trounce was the first one. Oh, Trounce and Agile Windup was the first one, and we ended up losing? Interesting. I thought it was the second one. I definitely should have read the chat better. Like, should have read the game log better.
Let's go.
Well, Silas is going to get to have a pretty big flip turn here. Just going to pitch this to make a surge and then pass because my hand's really bad. I could have tried to use the gold to draw card and then swung the hammer, but I don't like that either. Losing a Trounce is not great. All right, so let's see what we're looking to block with. We have 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. We have to get a lot of equipment here, but we get our Chokeslam back. And I don't mind to say Chokeslam because Silas knows it's there. And then I can Arsenal the E-Strike. Right?
You can tell me all your cards. I don't play like I know, so it doesn't matter.
So block 14 like this.
Yeah, give me all that equipment.
I mean, I think I have to here. Like, I want my... the question is Chokeslam worth this? Giving up all this equipment here? Which ones do you side out in a KO, Robert? I mean... I could keep the Balance of Justice and block with the Rouse and then attack for 7 here. I don't know. This is an interesting choice. And we pretty much have to take whatever Silas does after this. Which, like, he does have Tunic and 2 cards in hand, so we could get punished here. Like, by giving him the Civic Steps, we could get punished for this decision.
Man, I wish I could punish you.
Like, if Silas had, like, Tunic into, like, or, like, Claw into Swing Big here, it'd be pretty good. I'm going to take the Claw. I think we're taking the Claw because I'm playing like Silas as something else. Block with the E-Strike, go to 33, and attack for 8, make a new surge. Or it's... Or it's go to 30, attack for 8, make a new surge, and Arsenal the E-Strike. I mean, Arsenal the E-Strike's pretty good, but, like, I think we're just looking to block 3 here. Like... I don't know. Like, I don't like it. You only take out Trounce, so you leave in the Test of Strengths. I'd be curious to see, like, what you bring in. I'd have to look at my sideboard to see what I'd even want to bring in. Like, the only other card that I can even think of in my sideboard that I would bring in over Trounce would be, like, Zealous Belting. Like, every other card is, like, meant to play defensively, and I don't know that I really want Staunches in this matchup. This is a must block card from Silas, so we like to see that.
So you think.
I mean, it turns off your hero ability.
That's fine.
I was like, which if you discard one of those yellows can be relevant. Okay, so he's going to make a might and an agility here and then arsenal card, which means if I give... I can actually just block 7 here, right? Because the agility, like, I can just block with the civic steps here.
Darn, you're good blocking.
Like, just using the civic steps. That seems fine. And then we can use the surge to just throw another choke slam. Now, this is only for 6, so like it's only going to require 1 card from Silas here. But either way. Take out Trounce and bring in Fate, Sinks, and Pummels. So I'm not playing Fate or Sink in my list, which I know is something that like some of the newer Victor lists have kind of adapted to. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of Fates and Sinks in the Victor deck. But I could be convinced that I'm just like living in the first variation of the deck for sure. Like you wouldn't have to try very hard to like convince me that that's like me being a boomer over here. Oh, and we get to go draw a card. Nice. That's really good. So I can't block with this, so I might as well draw now, right? Might as well just go ahead and do it since we can't block. Let's take 6. I think this is a take 6 kind of hand.
Let's
Okay.
go.
So we could have blocked more and been okay, but I think that's okay because, again, we're going to throw a card at Silas that he has to block because he
That
has
one
7
actually
mites in play. I was like, and if Silas is willing to let go of the 7 mites, then that's fine. Gives me 1 card and the rest of his equipment here. Okay. I think that's a pretty good play from Silas. Recognizing that, like, this is one of his turns. Like, he has to have it here.
15.
I mean... I don't think I can really afford to take more damage than this. I mean, we need to win this, right? Like, this is a turn cycle when we need to go for it, and we're going to put hours in the bottom. Well, we won the first one, but Rao's got us on the second one. Depresso. I think we needed to win that. I think we needed to win that to, like, be in a decent spot here.
Actually, that's wrong. The correct play is claw first.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll just take 3 here.
Then beast then.
So it's go to 10 and attack for 8. I mean, I guess I could give gauntlets here, but like gauntlets is the same now as it is later. So there's no reason to block with gauntlets, in my opinion. I mean, we can block 3 and stay at 13 and give Silas a 4-card hand, or we can go to 10 and force Silas to take 10 points worth of value from us, or give us 2 cards here because Silas is now completely out of equipment. Yeah, I think it's better to attack with the debilitate there every time. I would be curious to know what you guys think in the chat. Like, let me know if you guys disagree with that play there. I mean, I could destroy my shield, but I don't think it's worth it here because I have a really good line already. Like, we have a really good line that's going to make Silas, like, discard 2 cards here.
Ooh, Terra Sunder.
Yeah, late in the game, when you don't have any armor, I like Terra Sunder Hammer quite a bit. Yeah, Robert, after you were telling me that you were playing both Tunic and Tech Plating, I was doing, like, a lot of, like... I was doing a lot of thinking, honestly, and, like, I really like having both of them. I think it's... Like, I really like having both of them. You technically have a 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would I rather have my... I mean, I have to destroy my shield to not make this a 3, and I think that's fine. I think just making this a 3 the rest of the game is just going to have to be okay. I think this is fine. We're just doing this and kind of like intellect penalty ourselves a little bit here. And we're not going to arsenal this, which is fine, I think.
I'll play the value game with you.
I mean, I do think you are... Like, when you're up on life, I think you're more favored to play the value game.
Yeah. Well, I've just had 2 pulpings in a row, so I've got to block 6 and throw 6 or 12, which is on rate, but...
And the fact that I can't block 2 cards has been really good for you.
Oh, look at that golden sign.
Destroy my shield to put that on the bottom to, like, potentially draw that. I mean, again, like, I just don't think it's worth it because I'm already going to throw 10 at him. Like, this is not one of those matchups that, like, I reclash very often. Silas must have a good hand if he's going to 6, which means we're probably dead. Yep.
Beast Within trigger, let's go.
And he hit the Beast Within, man. Buy a fucking lottery ticket, bro. Jesus. You've discarded... I mean, I know the other 2 were, like, calculated. Like, you, like, did them, like, with only 1 card in hand, but, like, man, you had a 25% chance of hitting that, you fucking prick.
I got 5 cards in hand, too.
Oh, man. I don't know if I'm supposed to block 6 there. Like, I'm probably supposed to go to 4, but I'm going to be honest, I don't really think it matters. Robert, I think I've always been on the 2 headpieces. I've always been on Balance of Justice and that, I think. Let's go to 5.
You're going to love to see this card coming up, baby. Let's go.
Lol, that's like Omega lethal.
Yeah. See, I need games like that to beat you.
No, dude, that was good. Like, you played that really well. Like,
ADP of 15.
Yeah, mine was 14.6. So, like, again, like, it was about what it was last time.
I just had much better draws.
Offensive. All right, so let's full rematch here. I want to try something.
Okay.
Robert's talking about... I'm going to go second this time around. But Robert's talking about... Let's see. So he says he takes out... Takes out the trounces against you. I mean, like, this is like... we could bring in, like, 2 of these and 1 of these. We could bring in 3 of these. I don't know. Let's try it like this. Let's try it and see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, Lillian, I think the writing was on the wall right there. I think that was... we were just going through the motions at that point. If Silas's hand couldn't kill me, then his deck did not do him justice at all. Yeah, get that cast bones out of here. Yeah, we'll take 2 here. That's fine. Silas also took
What
2s.
banish?
You
What banished that card?
A Caspone. You discarded a Beast Within.
I was confused. I missed the step.
Do you want to undo? Like, did you?
Nah.
We'll block 3 here. Well, that was quite a hand.
You know it.
Well, we're going to start the game essentially down 2 life. Like, it's pretty much all that happened here.
Oops.
Probably could have blocked with a Civic Step somewhere along the way, but I don't really think that's what I wanted to be doing that turn. Man, I do not like Arsenal. I mean, I guess this card is a 3 for 7. Like, I think that's how I have to look at this card. It's a 3 for 7. And I think that's fine. Like, it's just sad it doesn't have an on-hit effect. Hey, Creasy, I'm not sure why the deck command didn't work. I apologize there. It should have worked. But you can look in the description since you're hanging out on YouTube. It should be in the description down below. Should be a copy of the deck that I'm playing. What happened with my phone? What's going on with my phone? All right.
Hey, I'm gonna send you that Clash simulator too from February.
Yeah.
Table chat.
Yeah, please do. I'd like to see that. I'd be curious to see that for sure. Also, like, oh yeah, absolutely, Creasy. Happy to, man. I was like, I use the commands a lot because I spend a lot of time on Twitch, like watching people stream. So, I mean, we can block 9, attack for 7. I could block 6 and Arsenal this. Could block 3, go to 30, and then attack for 12. If I block here, I can go to 30, and then I can attack for 12. Let's play a little bit of offense here. I don't hate that. I won't lie. I don't hate that. Block 8, pop shield, and then Arsenal to debilitate. That was also a very reasonable line. Using the shield after we block with it to like push this through makes a lot of sense as well. So instead of taking that damage, no, he's actually right. Can we go back? Silas? Silas must be muted.
Oh yeah, I don't care. It's no problem.
So this way we only take 4, and I get to attack for 15 here.
Well, you know I'm never blocking in that. Ooh, is it? Hold on. Actually, did you choose go again?
Yeah, I did.
Correct plays this.
Oh, dude, this card never gets me because I'm playing Guardian, so I never think about it. That was actually a terrible play by me. And I imagine that is 100% why Northbound said that he would have taken the line of Arsenal to debilitate and throwing the card from Arsenal. Yeah, that was a terrible play.
Because now I just stare at you and you're like, oh crap.
Yeah, no, that was a horrible mistake. Like, again, like, and I think like if like I'm trying to like mind game you there, I'm living in 2040. Like, yeah, that was not good at all. So with Tunic, 2 cards in hand and 1 in Arsenal, giving Silas the Quicken token could very much so punish us at this point in time. We could try to block with some equipment here and like try to play We Have Crippling Crush at home this turn. If we wanted to, like if we had a Surge, we could definitely do it, but we'd have to keep every card in our hand. Yeah, being able to use Go again is really good, Keshkar. It was just like I made a really bad decision right there at that point in time. What are we doing here? What are we doing? And we're just gonna block 6 from hand, right? Like that's just the play. We'll just block 6 from hand, and then we'll try to use the civic steps on whatever he does next. Because at that point in time,
That's wrong. The correct play is to claw, which you could civic steps, but no. It's better to keep the tunic for Blood Rush. .15 turns.
so if we take 8 and go to 23, like I just don't like, man, like that play from the flesh bag was just such a punt on my part.
I used it correctly. Woo.
And so now, I mean, to be fair, like, I mean, you did use it correctly. You are correct, but you should never be given an opportunity to use it correctly. That card should say block 2 in this matchup.
The first game, it definitely didn't use correctly. So
I mean, if I go to 23, I can throw 10 overpower here, like, which I don't think, again, is probably not the correct play here. If I block 3, though, I'm throwing the hammer. Like, if I block 3 and go to 26, I'm just throwing the hammer, so I think I have to try and throw something at you here. I don't really want to use my equipment. Yep, and we'll get rid of the shield to throw 10 overpower here. Now, we're still going to be down on life, but we are throwing... Oh, you were saying that you rarely like it. Sorry, I misread that. Oh, so that's interesting. Because I think that, like, Go Again on the... I think Go Again on, like, that card is, like, one of the best parts about playing the card. So I'm interested to hear that you rarely like actually using Go Again here. Yeah, North, it would have been a really good play had Silas not had the flesh bag. That would have been very good. I do agree. I mean, this is going to be Silas's, what, third turn in a row of 3 chain links? I think we're just blocking 6 here. Like, I don't have the worry of sin packing, so I think we're just blocking 6.
But you do got the worry of that. Value town.
I mean, I think we're just blocking 6. Like, I think we have to. I don't think there's an opportunity here where, like, we really get to keep our cards. Like, Silas has had 3 turns of 15 plus point damage in a row, so, like, we're hanging on until Silas draws a normal hand, which it appears isn't going to happen this game.
Oh.
Well, that's kind of nice.
Both my cast bones I've whiffed on. Oh. Live by the brute, die by the brute.
I mean, yeah, we have a test of strength on top. So we're only going to take 1 here. Like, we're just going to swing the hammer and arsenal this. Like, I think that's all we can do. And just hope that it kind of pans out for us here. And I've recently added E-Strikes to my deck. Like, the only reason that I added E-Strikes is I think it gives you a better matchup into Dash. Like, I think, like, having 9 Go Again cards is just good into Dash. And, like, I know that, like, swinging the hammer there, like, we were just going to lose that counter, but I think it's more about the life at this point. So we're looking to try and keep these cards.
Oh, I should have blocked with 1 card. Oops.
Well, go back and block.
That's fine.
I'm not planning on winning my clash here. Like, wow, there's another test of strength on top. That's unfortunate. Extremely, like, back-to-back test of strengths on tops. Like, I would say that's, like, probably less than, like, 5% chance of that ever happening.
Winning, I forgot about the bigger token I won, so it wouldn't have mattered. I wouldn't have blocked appropriately. Hmm.
The only thing we have going for us at this point during the game is the fact that we have like almost all of our equipment. Silas has yet to play a Blood Rush 2. So, which it appears that might be coming right here. Like, I don't know, like I think that's like he set up the agility, like he's like wanted to keep cards, like I think that's what's coming. What in the actual heck is this? Oh boy. All right.
That's wrong.
Let's make the
Hold
best of this hand.
The correct play is to actually Blood Rush first and see what we draw.
I could see that, North. Like I could see that like 100%, like you throw in Rampart and like make the matchup good. I could 100% see that. So the problem here is that like again, like giving civic steps right here, like we're at a point where like we have to make a decision. Like, do we want to give civic steps here and like let Silas potentially throw claw and something else at us because he hasn't discarded anything, right?
No, I Blood Rushed.
You did Blood Rush?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then it's almost assuredly correct to give you this because it doesn't matter. More than likely. Dude.
Oh,
Test of strength, staunch response. All right, well, not that I'm going to let one game like and like forever affect my decision. I also probably should have given Balance of Justice right there. But playing the different sideboarded cards has not felt good at all this game.
is there anybody else going this weekend?
I think Nick and Zach are coming on Sunday.
Okay. Wow, you drew both pummels.
Yeah, my hand was test of strength, pummel, and the thunk. We're just gonna arsenal this card, like, and hope that it like we can try to get it back into the game. I don't know, like. Two and a half per card. Attacking for 7 is 3.5 per card. So instead of go again, a strike, I'd always try and block with 2 cards. Broke the message. Was it sand? It just came through Keshkar, so I got it this time. Sorry if it took a minute to come through, but I've never thought about it like from a strict math perspective, which does make a lot of sense. In like the individual value of each card, that does make a lot of sense. We're just gonna block 6 here. Again, we could have given the civic steps, but we had such clean blocks from hand. I don't really see a reason to try and use the civic steps there.
Oh, immediately rewarded.
So I definitely think we're going to need this next turn. Like, I think this is going to be a very big next turn for, like, trying to stunt what Silas is doing.
Yeah, that staunch from Arsenal, baby.
I mean, yeah, we're about to use it. Like,
Comes in handy here.
so this says go again regardless. I can't stop this from having go again.
Play that staunch.
I'm going to.
Finding ways to work in the claw makes such a difference.
Card from hand or civic steps and tech plating?
What do I draw if I get punished if I crack the gold here?
Well, it depends on what color card you have in your hand.
I have a yellow.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you can play.
Oh, no, it's fine. Oh, no, hold on. Let me swing. That's weird. Crack the gold. Man, if that had been a cast bones I would have drawn, I'd have slapped that down and stared at you.
Let's just block this out. The Quicken token will probably be irrelevant, but keeping our life at 6 is a relevant play. I mean, I'm just dead here, right? Like, it just doesn't matter what we block with. I think it's the first clash we've won all game.
Actually, undo, cancel. That's the correct one is to play this one so I can intimidate a card out of hand.
Okay. So we go to 4. I mean, that could have ended a lot worse for us, so I will take it, all things considered.
Wait, that's the wrong play, isn't it?
I mean, I unless it's turn 0, I'm of the opinion that like it's rarely correct to discard it during my turn. We both have 7s on top. Or no, we got rid of your agile windup because that was a 6 because it's a 5, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's technically a 6 in your deck. Okay.
Craig plays. Oops, cancel. I pitched the wrong card.
Yep. We'll go to 3, which is like the last life point we can give up here, but I think this is fine. Creating an agility and a might for next turn, and then he gets go again. Swing the hammer. I mean, we both have 6s, okay. Yep. And I mean, I would be baffled if this didn't end the game. Nathaniel said, I don't know how you're supposed to beat battle-hardened competitor, battle-hardened top 8 competitor Silas FIFA. Oh, God, Nathaniel. When I'm playing the way I am today, I'm not going to.
Ooh, is that right? No, that's wrong.
I've made a couple of, like, just... I mean, you have Blood Rush, so, like...
I get to intimidate the last card out of hand. That's the correct play.
Yeah.
And I had the Reckless and Arsenal, so I did.
Yeah, no, I mean, like losing 3 clashes in a row.
Yeah.
Like the only I won 1 hammer and I won 1 Clash of Vigor, which I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it's not crazy for me to lose those clashes, but like also like I made some really bad plays in like the middle of those games right there. Like,
yeah, you letting me flashback at that one was just like,
that was like a hard punt. All right, we're gonna go back to running Trouts in the deck. Like, I may not win Trouts very often, but my God, that was awful. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand that like the 2 pummels and the staunch didn't get a fair shot because I drew 2 pummels and a test of strength in the same hand, but I definitely understand the matchup from the way I have the deck built.
yeah, that's the problem. If you change like 1 or 2 cards, the game plan changes, which is weird.
I mean,
oh yeah,
like if I'm gonna be on, what are you about to play double cast bones? Jesus. Ten mites and an agility. All right.
That's what you want. That's the perfect turn.
Okay. So Silas is gonna high roll us this game. Oh, dude, that is disgusting. I agree, better. That is disgusting.
I'm gonna be smart and block though.
I mean, you have 10 mites in play. You'd be a boob not to block, Silas. Like,
I know.
there's no way like that you can. I mean, like, I guess if you could use all of it, like, he could be correct not to.
16, go can draw a card.
Jesus.
That's the perfect turn 0. Unless you can play all 3 cast bones on the first turn.
I mean, if we... So... This is what my gut's telling me to block with. Maybe I'm supposed to block with the Aura Magus here too. Just take 6, go to 34. Silas will throw the claw at us here.
It's like you know how to play my deck.
We'll block 3 here. I think we're just on the blocking to save life train. The only way we really get punished is if he throws a CNC at us after this. I mean, I think we're supposed to take this and just try to reset. Find a better hand. Like, find a turn where Silas isn't going to throw like 30 at us. I mean, we blocked, what, 14 and took 9. So Silas had a 23-point turn, which is really not that crazy when you think about it, right? Because, I mean, you had 16, 19, and 6. You had 25. We can't do anything on our turn, so we're just going to pass here. Hope Silas's turn isn't just like nuts. So he's definitely going to discard here. Like, there's not a doubt in my mind Silas is going to discard here.
Dude, I did that to a guy in Knoxville, and I bewildered him when I did that play.
I mean, if you've never seen it before, I do understand. If you've never seen it before, I do understand. I think we're just supposed to block 3 here. The first time somebody did it to me, I was like, wow, that's really cool. Like, I was not expecting it at all, so. I mean, just block 6.
Give me your cards.
And just attack for 7 here. We don't have a way to know what's on top of our deck. Like, if we knew that we had like a CNC or a Debilitate or, you know, a Thunderquake, like anything that like was like relevant power, we would consider keeping it. We would have immediately cried ourselves to sleep because we would have drawn a test of strength. Would have been terrible. Would have been absolutely terrible to draw that card right there.
Nine, go again.
So we're just going to take the value block here and take 3. Hopefully we win the clash. Oh, yay. We won a clash. Let's go. I am a firm believer that the key to winning this matchup on any serious level is by winning clashes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do not think you will win this matchup often if you're not winning clashes from the victor point of view. So we're going to go ahead and give 4 here. I could give the debilitate and see, like, maybe Silas decides to keep the quicken token for another turn. But we're more than likely... So if I give the debilitate in the civic steps here, I go to 26, which means that I'm left with 2 Thunderquakes and my power card. If I give the blue, I'm left with these 3, which means I'm probably looking at block 6 and then arsenal this. I guess technically by blocking with the debilitate, I'm giving myself an opportunity for Silas to make a mistake. So it is better to block like this. Now, knowing Silas, he's all gas and no brakes. Silas has never respected the quicken token once in our relationship, so...
Nope.
Actually, I'm supposed to draw a card here. Sorry, when you do that. I have the balance of justice here, so we're supposed to draw a card. I mean... I can take 5 and throw 9 here. I can block 6, take 2, throw the hammer, and then arsenal this. Like, I don't know that I'm going to get a better turn to throw this card. Like, maybe I'm just supposed to throw this card here. I just hate being down 9 points, but we're also, like, stripping some of Silas's equipment if we do this.
Oops. Well, that doesn't matter.
So we make a surge. Throw the spinal. I mean, Silas could give me, like, some equipment and, like, a card from hand if his hand is, like, really good. Okay, so Silas doesn't want go again. Okay, he's just going to overpitch to play the Bear Fangs here. Discards a Blood Rush? You love to see that. That means there's 1 Blood Rush and 1 Cast Bones left in the deck.
That makes this matchup really hard now.
I mean, I could block 7 and hope to win the Clash here. Go to 20, and then if I do win the Clash off of the back of a blue, so like a Debilitate, I mean, not a Debilitate, a Cranial Crush or a Macho Grande, I can attack for 10, or I can block 7. I think we're supposed to block 7 regardless. Like, there's no world where I'm supposed to take damage here. I don't think.
Nice.
Lol, the irony. Maybe I'm supposed to block with... I don't think there's ever a world where I'm supposed to block. Well, I don't know. If I block with a blue and a Thunderquake, like the Test of Strength and the Thunderquake, if I'm gonna win with a good card. I don't know. I don't know. I like keeping the red cards to play offense with. Now, here's the real question. Is heaving this better? Or is throwing the hammer better? We know Silas has go again because he has a knee strike in his hand. I think we're going to heave this and pass. I don't know if this is correct or not. Let's just block 5 here on the strike. I think that's the best play.
Are you still playing?
Block 6, and we get to attack for 8 still. This seems okay to me. Our 4 surges pop. And we get to attack for 8, which is crazy. Block 8, attack for 8. The casual 16.4 card hand. Off of setup from the Thunderquake beforehand. All right, Zach thought it was better to heave last turn as well. And now, to be fair, like, heaving did really work out for us. Like, heaving did set up a pretty good hand. Heaving the Thunderquake is, like, honestly, like, one of the better plays you can make.
And unfortunately, I have to give it back to you in your hand. Oh, what happened?
Why did you tunic? And pass?
What happened? I didn't pass. I just tunicked.
No. Yeah, it looked like you must have hit it one too many times or something. I don't know. Sometimes Talishar registers me hitting it twice like that.
I went to tunic and then it said next turn, and I was like,
I think I want to trounce first so I can try to win this. I mean, winning the trounce is really big, right? Because it means we could have a really good card to Arsenal. So I think we're gonna break one of our gold and put ours on the bottom. And we're going to lose the trounce, and then we're going to lose the Clash of Vigor.
give me all the goodies.
Still okay, because we're down 4, and we're getting to swing 10 right here, so... And what? We have a Debilitate on top of our deck, so there was never a reason to crack the gold to draw a card there. Like, it would have just been to make a Surge, and I don't think that's correct. Alright. Well, here comes the last Blood Rush, so we got to get through this alive.
Wow, that's a lot of cards. I wish I had an Agility token.
You could roll.
That seems like a trap.
Oh, I mean, I agree. I don't, like, it's probably not correct to roll here, but man, I bet you could do some dumb stuff if you did.
Dude, if I roll, it's either I roll and hit and win, or I lose.
I mean, if you hit a 1, like, you probably don't lose, but...
We'll risk it for the biscuit. 3. It didn't matter.
I mean, if you rolling like a 5 or like a 4 or better there, like, strips every card from my hand, I think it's correct.
Yeah. That's okay. I got to throw 14 and I get to Arsenal, so...
So I can block 6, go to 14, Arsenal, this card. I could block 9, stay at 17. I could go to 8 and throw this. Silas is forced to give me a card to stop it. I don't know. Like... I think I have to keep this card. Wait, why does it keep doing that? My God, Talishar. Sorry, you're going to have to attack again. I hate when it moves my cards around when I click on stuff.
Yeah, and it lags quite hard. Like when I click, and then like 5 seconds later, I'll hear a click.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to block 6, take 3, keep the card that we want Arsenal here, which I think that's the only way to play this turn cycle here. Like, I think this is... Taking 3 damage here to keep this card is playing to win, in my opinion. Like, I think this is me playing to win the game, not playing not to lose.
Oh, see, it went to your turn.
I was like, yeah, you passed too far. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was like, I am happy to just take the turn cycle back.
Yeah. The sad part is I didn't click anything.
All right. So, again, we're going to go to 14. And we're going to Arsenal on our turn. So this is 9 go again. I think we have to take 3 here. And we'll go to 6. Like,
Get wrecked, son.
Jesus. Talishar is showing me no love today. None.
Yeah, this deck list definitely feels more up my alley than that super blocky mid-range version.
So there's 1 test of strength and 2 trounces left. I think I have to just take the counter on the hammer here. Well, I mean, if you win clashes against me this weekend like you are right now, then yeah, like...
I think that's how I have to win this matchup is... And I still have all my equipment.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, you've been on the front foot, like, the entire game. Like, there's been nothing I can do about it. Like, last game, like, I threw away. Like, I wholeheartedly believe that I punted last game. That, like, I was in the position I wanted to be in from the first game, and, like, I punted last game. But, like...
Hey, you got to get those when you can, man. That's all I know.
This game, like, I mean, like, I can't... Like, there has literally been nothing for me to do this game. And now we're just dead to the Reckless Swing whenever it comes up, so... So we'll block 3. Well, the good news is the difference between 1 and 2 is irrelevant in this matchup. Yeah, and again, we'll just pass. Like, I'm going to go back and watch this later and see how many, like, non-3 attack turns you've had.
It's been... This turn, I've definitely high rolled you from the start, but that's what I think the deck's supposed to do. Because this turn would have been...
I mean, you are in yellow Wild Ride. Like, I mean, like, you're only trying to do one thing if you're on yellow,
and yellow
Wild
pulping.
Ride. Yeah, like, I mean, we're just going to block 4 here and die.
This turn would have been pulping into Mandible Claw into Cast Bones or Sling of Air Fangs if you could have lived.
Yeah, no, I mean, without staunches in the deck, it just doesn't matter. I mean, so...
Yeah, 15.36, average 3.83.
KO is the new Lexi. I mean...
Yeah.
A lot of people are playing it. It very well could be, for sure. Like,
He's the new Fi.
No, this deck isn't fine anyway, brother. Like, I don't.
Well, he's the he's the new one because Fi's not good, so he's the aggro.
I mean, that's fair. All right, is there something else you want to test against, or like what?
No, we can play against a random if you want to watch a game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how we can do it. Me see your hand
Here, I'll share my screen with you.
on Discord.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to make that my full screen over here for everybody else to see it while we're doing it.
You can view my game too. Will that show you my hand?
I don't think it will. I don't think it'll let me see your hand from the game, but jump into a game and we'll see what we can do if we can find something.
All right, let me get it going.
I was like, let me know when you get into a game. And
all right, let's see. Nobody currently has a game, so we'll just make one. I'll share my screen with you.
yeah, I think I might have to make it like my full screen from Discord and like just move Discord over here on the left hand side so that everybody can see it. So if I watch stream, why can I hear myself?
I have headphones in, so it's not coming through me. Can you see it?
Test. I can still hear myself. We may have to figure this out another time, because if I'm coming through repetitively, like it's got to be something on your end. Like
That's weird because I have headphones in. That's really odd.
yeah, it has to be something.
Well, here. I'll just back out at this game. That's fine. We can figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll sit down and look at it. But you stop sharing your screen, so it'll stop. Okay. Yeah, I don't hear myself anymore.
That's weird because
So something like something set up on your end. I don't know.
now, were you hearing yourself through your headphones or through the stream?
I was hearing myself like through like my headset.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause
Does
I
he
have
have your stream
headphones in.
open on his screen share? Do you have my stream open?
No.
Okay, so that's not it. You might have to deafen the Discord. Well, if I deafen the Discord, Silas won't be able to hear me.
Well, I'm saying you shouldn't be able to. It's not from my. I have headphones on, so it's not coming from my computer.
No, I know, but like it's still coming through your computer in some way. Like even if it's coming through your headphones, like it's the same reason why when I share my screen, like you guys can hear other tabs that I'm listening to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's weird.
That's weird.
Well, let's play the matchup one more time. I mean, I could always use more KO practice. So,
all right. Send me another invite and we'll play one more.
I was like, yeah, let me find it and we'll let's see.
It's good for me. I mean, I don't know what the meta is out there where we're going, but
February Clash Calculator.
Yeah, check that out. Put both our decks in there and it'll tell you.
And probability is winning, losing, and tying. Yeah, that's cool. I'm definitely gonna have to look at that because I'm really curious to like see more about that.
Like, because my deck list is above that, so if you just copy both our decks in there, it'll tell you all the stats.
Hey, Schmutzley, I hope I said that right. Welcome to stream. Appreciate you being here today. And uncheck the option of also sharing the system audio. So apparently there's a way for you to share the whole screen and not share your system audio through Discord.
Man, we're going to have to look that one up.
Yeah, I'm curious to look at that. And
so is it better for me to go first or second in this matchup? It's really odd.
I mean, like, I won the first game where we went first, where I went first. You won the second game where I went first, and then you won the two games where I was going second. but I think you want to go second. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that seems right to me.
yo, Schmutz Lee, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate it. Perfect pronunciation, dude. Let's go. I never get stuff like that right, so I'll take it on the first try, man. Hey, Anoth, how are you, buddy? All right, so I want to try Robert's theory of not playing trounces one more time.
That's fine, man.
Let's try this. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to run 2 staunches and a pummel, like just 1 pummel. I don't know. Let's try that. I'm intrigued to see how that feels.
I would love to play a pummel in this list. Just one.
Dude, playing pummel in your deck would be so much fun. Like,
yeah.
I think we're just going to arsenal this.
That sucks.
Yeah, I don't really want to let you block with anything.
Let's go.
Okay. Do me a favor. Go buy a freaking lottery ticket after our game, dude. Jesus.
I can't utilize all 3, but...
Rarely people can. Like, it's not often that you can.
But it lets me beat chest and swing call, which is pretty good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good turn. You're setting up agility and a might for next turn. Like, I think that's... Considering I stuck you with your hand, like, I don't think that's a bad line at all.
There we go. Yeah, especially since I had a Savage beat down and a Sin packing, which you could block. I mean...
Just learn the rules. Let's see if I can keep up. Well, dude, welcome to the game, man. Flesh and Blood's awesome, brother. I've been playing TCG since 2015, and Flesh and Blood's my favorite TCG I've ever played by far. So, welcome to the game, and welcome to our community here, man. I hope you enjoy your time here as much as I have. I'm gonna refresh because I think that
I had to. It says waiting on you to block.
Yeah. So the question is here with extra action points. Well, he has the agility token, right? So there's no reason not to block with civic steps, right? Like, even if he's going to not throw something at me, the agility token makes it free to block with the civic steps here.
Yeah, it does. Which is fine. I don't care to get your equipment out early.
Right. Let's just take 3. I think that's fine. Like, I like our hand. We'll just take 3 here.
I'm off an arsenal, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. Oh, and you throw a pulping spinal crush at me. Do me dirty, why don't you? I mean, no, you could play a pummel if you had one, but...
I mean, I do have 2 floating.
No.
What's KO's deck list? Worf, can you make a copy of your deck and send it to me real quick?
I did on the table chat.
You did earlier? All right, let me
It's Lupin Fiasco's list that he got second with.
All right, let's see here. We're gonna All right, let's see. It should push it through. Let's see if it came through in the chats. Yeah, there it is. It just came through. That is Silas's deck list for everybody who's wondering what kind of shenanigans Silas is up to.
Aggro shenanigans.
I mean, if Silas just wants to waste his thing, that's fine here.
I have to. My hand is a no block, a power card. Oh man, do I even want to do that?
I have no idea. I'm surprised that you let that hit there for sure. The laugh that needs to be cut. Yeah, I was trying not to laugh there. Like when we were doing that. Yeah, you bet, Worf. Happy to help, buddy.
Man.
Are you just gonna arsenal?
No, that's wrong. Sorry. I have my hand is pulping Blood Rush. Agility, and I want the agility for next turn.
I mean, yeah, you get to create a might token this way.
And I want to arsenal the Blood Rush. Oh, and you throw another spinal at me.
Another one. Another one.
DJ Cali.
He just like, dude, Nathaniel was like showing me some like TikToks of him the other day, and like that fool's just crazy.
Mm-hmm. I can still play Blood Rush. I have Tunic. It's fine.
Ayo!
Oh, you do have the pommel.
I was gonna play it last turn. Like that's why I was like trying not to laugh. But you just took 6. And I was like, all right, you psychopath. Well, that's a pretty good tempo swing for us.
Dude, yeah, that might keep you in the game here.
Robert's idea of bringing in the cards that we brought in are playing out pretty well. So far, anyway. You could stop making agility and mites. That'd be great, bro. Like,
I'm trying to survive, man.
it's not spinal, but it is for 10. So
I mean, it's just damage, though. I'm gonna take it and try to have a flip turn.
So, Robert, do you play both copies of Pummel in this matchup, like in your list? Because I think you're on two copies of Pummel, right? Ew. I mean, at least we have E-Strike. Like, E-Strike lets us do something here, so that's kind of cool, at least. You know? I guess technically I should have blocked with the Civic Steps last turn because he has an agility this turn, so it wouldn't have mattered. You need Pummel or Trounce to do their thing to win this, but Pummel doesn't have the downside of giving your opponent gas. I've never thought about it that way. I like that. I like that. That's a really good way to think about that. Like that. See, this is one thing I really like about streaming, and I tell everybody this. You guys are like always like opening my mind to like other ways to think about cards in the game, and I really like that a lot because like you guys always like, I don't know, like you're very like thought provoking things. Another one. You fit a third Pummel in your list? Oh, dude, you're a madman, but I'm here for it. Lee, I do have a victory list. If you hit exclamation point deck, you can find the link to my list. I have that one ready to go. We'll just take one here and go to 34. And he passes. Do I want to crack balance? Like, I don't even think I want to crack the balance here. I'd rather just save it for the next Blood Rush. I mean, I think
you
this
gave me a quick one. I'm going to respect it.
I like being able to play this card, but I don't like it on the turn when we don't have a Surge. So, like, I think this is a better Arsenal target. So we'll just come in for 7 here. Yeah, you bet, Lee. Happy to, man. Dude, Victor's a lot of fun, Lee. I think you'll have a lot of fun playing him. Like, I've been playing a lot of Victor ever since Heavy Hitters came out. Like, he's my favorite hero from the set by far. Okay, so we have quite a few, like, considering we got to keep our whole hand here, we have quite a few options here. 3 Pummels could be wrong. I mean, I'm playing 2 Pummels right now, Robert, but, like, that's just, like, kind of, like, where my list is settled. I could make a Surge and throw 10, which I kind of like doing. We could make the mistake of giving Silas the value off a Flesh Bag one more time by playing E-Strike Go again. I'd like to get this in Arsenal because, I mean, this is what it's for, I think, but I mean, the easiest line here is just to make a Surge and then attack for 10. Like, that's the best line, like, the easiest line to take. I also want to keep the Staunch here because we get a lot of value. Like, we get a lot of value out of, like, his next turn and being able to staunch something. But also, playing offense is pretty good, right? What does the turn look like if we decide to play our E-Strike? If we pitch the Thunderquake for a Surge, and then we go again, putting one of these on the bottom, we have to hope he takes this, and then we can throw the hammer after that. I don't know. This is tough.
Dude, my hands have been real awkward. I do not think I've played this game right at all.
I'm sorry, man. I'm like really tanking here about what I should do.
Dude, you're okay. So my hand's pretty...
I'm just going to throw the Thunderquake. I just like throwing the Thunderquake here. Like, we're up 17 points. I think playing offense is the way to go.
Man, I have to take this. This is so bad.
Dude, there's no way it's correct for you to just take this.
My Blood Rush, Bare Fangs, Cast Bones, Wrecker Romp, Pulping. So I have 2 no blocks. I mean, I could do this, but...
I mean, you could block with the Cast Bones, right? Like, if you block with the Cast Bones, like... I mean, keep the Wrecker Romp here. Like, if you're going to play the Blood Rush, right?
Yeah.
So you have... Is it red Pulping and red Bare Fangs?
Red Bare Fangs, yellow Pulping.
So if you block 7, you can pitch the Wrecker Romp to play the Blood Rush and save the Tunic resource for something else. You go to 10, and then you get to play... Like, you kind of have to assess after that, but I would probably pitch the Wrecker Romp there.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is a better play.
It is, for sure. It's just real awkward. My hands have been a little weird this game.
I mean, yeah, I'm up 24 points this game. This has been a very, like...
That spinal pummel was his butt.
It was broken, bro. It was insane. Hey, we won.
And you're winning the clashes? I'm in trouble.
See, like, we're winning the clashes. It don't matter that much, but we are winning the clashes, so...
Yeah, I've not had 3 attacks every chain link this time.
I mean, when you're playing 3 attacks, bro, you're just putting me in the most awkward spots possible.
And I discarded a cast. Golly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take this. Like,
that's all 3 cast bones in 2 hands.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's very bad, like, RNG for you. And like here, like, I get to just throw 9 off of 1 card, like 2 cards.
All reds.
So, Robert, I actually totally agree with you that there is no saving the Kano matchup if they know what they're doing. But like, the thing that I've come to terms with is that most Kanos aren't that good at an RTN. So I think what I'm actually going to do is, like, after RTN season, I'm going to make a video about what my Victor deck would look like for PTLA, because PTLA Victor is going to look very different for me than my PTLA Victor deck that I would be playing if I was going to LA would look completely different than if I was playing at an RTN. There's just so many Kanos at every RTN I've been to. Like, there's been multiple Kanos at every RTN I've been to. And so, like, I'm just tired of just losing to them. Like, I'm just tired of losing to them. Like, but at the PT, you will not catch me running Oasis Respite and AB2. Like, the matchup is like, anybody who has the idea to bring it to the PT is not going to care about it.
Yeah, we've had 2 to 4 Kanos in every RTN we've went to.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Even in the 16-person one had 2, and it was like, okay. Did you see on Twitter that person posted? He said, I have some beef with LSS, and it says RTNs are in, every weekend. That way you won't expect someone like Brody Spurlock to show up to your local one. And the guy was like, he's at a 16-person event here in Canada. What is he doing?
Yeah, I saw that picture. I saw that. That was really funny. Yeah, Jose, I agree. Like, a lot of the good Plano players have already won RTNs, so like they're probably like not likely to still be there, but But I am honestly, if I'm being wholeheartedly honest with you guys, I'm sick and tired of losing to it. So like, if you're gonna be at either of the two RTNs I'm gonna be at this coming weekend, you better be good. That's all I'm saying. I'm tired of losing to people who don't know what they're doing, like who are just like, oh, la 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 la. Like it's not happening. I think this hand just ends the game, right? I mean, it's not really worth it. I think this is fine. You had 50 people at your RTN? Jesus, bro. That's crazy. 50 people is absolutely insane.
Well, that one they went to in North Carolina had 53.
That's true. We did have a like 50 some person RTN here. Like, I mean, yeah, we're having like the first RTN we went to, which was our local one, had like what, 20? Was 18 or 20. And then the one we went to at Knoxville, they only ever have 16. Like, that's it. That's all they ever have is 16.
Oh man, I have to give you all my cards.
I mean, I think you're just dead.
Hey, 2 no blocks. Let's go.
I have the Golden Sun here, so I think I've just won this one, but
this matchup's so 50-50.
Our games today have felt like you were just like destroying me, or I have felt so far ahead that like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This matchup is just so 50-50.
All right, I'm going to try the pummels. Like, the pummel felt good.
Yeah, that took the tempo, and you just ran with it.
Yeah, I might try 2 pummels and a staunch. I might test that and see how I feel about that this week.
Because even if I overblock, you just stare at me and you go, okay.
I'm just going to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for like, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why I hate respecting it, because it's just like...
It's tough. I mean, like, I get it. There's a lot of times when you just have to be like, well, I hope he doesn't have it. Like, unfortunately, sometimes that's all there is.
Why, man? Thanks for playing with me.
Dude, absolutely, man, for sure. We'll look at getting the whole, like, watching games thing set up, and we'll try to figure that out, so...
We'll figure that out. What's the plan for this week? I'll text you.
Yeah, I was like, I'll text you when I figure out for sure what we're doing. So I got to call my family and make sure. Like, I can't imagine they're going to say no, but just make sure.
Show up. Yeah, I don't even.
I mean, my family's like that. We could just roll up. Like they are like that. But yeah, I'll shoot you text and we'll figure it out.
All right, cool.
All right, see you, buddy.
See.
Okay. Well, we helped Silas get some practice in, and I went 2 and 3 into KO today, which is worse than I normally do. But I do think Robert has given us some tools to like kind of think about like adding in the pummels and taking out the trounces. Maybe like I do think that's interesting for sure. Dude, absolutely, Lee. I appreciate you being here, man. Hope you have a good night, and I'll see you next time, buddy. 48 last weekend, 52 cap on my next Saturday one. Yeah, see, that's like, dude, like we're not getting anywhere near those size like turnouts, man. Like we're not getting anywhere near those. We had back-to-back 58 and 53 people. So if you guys live in like, Southern California, that makes sense. Like, I hear a lot of people talk about like, like living on the West Coast, and like you guys have a lot more players than we do, from what I understand. Like, which is crazy because like we have a lot of really good players in my area. Like, so I live in East Tennessee, and like I live within about 3 hours of like, I think like 5 or 10 like top 50 elo players in the world. Like, and so like every time we go to RTNs and ProQuests, like they're stacked, like they're great players that are there. So like I always feel like I'm having to like perform my best to like top 4 or top 8 or win events. Like, so it's crazy. But yeah, no, I completely get it. Like I can't imagine having RTNs that size all the time. Like that would be crazy. Like 50 people RTNs would be absolutely nuts. Like I don't know. I don't know how I would survive. On a side note, guys, while we're hanging out here, if you guys are watching on YouTube or Twitch for the first time, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I was trying to do it by the end of February, but that didn't quite come to fruition. So now we don't really, I'm just trying to get to 1,000 subs. And we're trying to get to 350 followers on Twitch we're just trying to get to 350 followers on Twitch. Our goal was by the end of the month, but it didn't quite work out. So if you guys are new to the channel, you like the content, be sure to hit that follow and the subscribe button. Help me out a lot. I'm going to take like a 2-minute break here. I got to use the bathroom, get some more water. And And when I come back, I'm gonna play. We're gonna play some more Victor. I'm probably gonna look for KOs and try to like get some more KO practice here with the pummels to see how I feel about them as we move further, like in through like trying to test out Robert's theory on the matchup, because I'm intrigued by that for sure. So. No, Jose, I will not be at LA. Sadly, I will not be at LA. I was really hoping to get to go, but it just with all the traveling that Carly and I are doing this year and all the events I'm going to, it's not really going to work out for me to go to LA. It was just too much time off work with like too many like back-to-back trips and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I will not be at LA. Sadly, I will not. All right, we're gonna take a short break, and I'll be back in just a minute. Thanks for hanging out today, guys. Freaking go. Yo, let's go. Jose, thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate that very much. You love to see it. All right, I hadn't went to the bathroom yet. Alec, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Also, I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Sorry, I hate to like miss notifications and not say something when it pops up. So I appreciate you guys subbing. It means a lot. Okay, short break, and we're back. I don't think I have my deck link copied, so let's grab the deck link. Let's make this public, and we're gonna put looking for KO. So let's play against KO. I would really like to continue and like run with Robert's idea. Robert's a very good Guardian player, so like anytime Robert has an idea or some thoughts about something, I really like to listen to his ideas and kind of see like, you know, why he wants to go a certain route with something. So we're going to run the KO matchup that I have set up here. And then we're going to run the 2 pummels and a staunch, and we're going to cut the 3 trounces. We're going to run it like that. We played 2 staunches and 1 pummel last time, but I want to try 2 pummels and 1 staunch this time and see how that feels. Okay, our opponent... What? All right. Well, our opponent's on some spice here. Not just going to, like, completely write it off yet, but this definitely seems like some species spiciness. So we'll just block 6. I want to keep the Thunderquake here. Like, we do win that, which is pretty good. You like to see that. I mean, I was like, they could throw another card at us here, but I doubt they will. So make a Surge, throw the Spinal, Arsenal the Thunderquake. Seems like a pretty good line here. We're just going to get to push as much damage as possible this turn. Hey, Jacob. Hope you enjoy the deck, buddy. I've been having a pretty good time with it. We're currently working on the KO matchup a little bit and seeing if maybe my sideboard guy, or like maybe the sideboard that I have set up shouldn't be changed a little bit. Okay. All right. I know this is Battle Worn, this is Temper, so like they're gonna make another Might here. Okay. Kind of intrigued by this decision point here from our opponent, but so I can block with the Command and Conquer here, barring they don't take it with the Smash Instinct. I mean, we're taking quite a bit of damage here if we do this, but I think this is fine. So I could also block with the shield. I think that's fine. We'll just take 4, go to 36 here. We're going to go to 36. And I get to make a new Surge. And I get to throw Thunderquake for 10, which gets me a lot of value. What does this do? Is this the Intellect card? Your base intellect is the number that you rolled. So, like, this is really, like... this feels, like, very interesting to me, like, playing this card. So they're just using it as a block 3 here in this matchup. Okay. So my opponent just takes the damage and blocks there. Well, this hand is not very good. I mean, we can block 6, take away the barraging beatdown here. Take whatever they do after this, and then we can throw E-Strike for 7. I don't know. Like, our opponent's definitely on some spice here, whatever they're up to. I'm kind of intrigued by this a little bit here. They did roll that thing, and they're going to gain an intellect now because of it. All right. So we're going to go to 31, and they're going to have a 5-card hand. Yeah, we're just going to come in for 7. Unfortunately, kind of wasting our Surge that we had set up with the Debilitate, but I wasn't really prepared to draw into quad reds. I'm playing 33 blues in my list. Now, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know that, like, you know, I know that, like, Oldham was on, like, 40 blues or something crazy, and then I know that, you know, Bravo plays, like, 46, or, I'm sorry, 36 in a lot of places. I saw some Bravo list that was playing 40 blues, which was kind of wild to me the other day. But I don't know, like, drawing quad reds in 33 blue deck is, like, I feel like very unlikely. Also feel like Talishar really has not been my friend today. So this is just 8. So if I block Macho and Thunderquake, I can go to 29 and then make a Surge and throw a Debilitate. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's what we're looking to do here. Don't really know. Oh, they use beaten trackers to gain an action point. Okay, so they are completely out of equipment. We are not, and we're tied at life totals, so we're definitely in like a winning position here. You know, if my opponent was on like beaten trackers and like the bark bone strapping, and then like they were all like, the thing that tells me that this like deck is like not a real deck for my opponent is the Gauntlet of Might. Like, I also think the headpiece is not great. Like they're probably just trying something. But I mean, if I give both cards here and I don't win the clash, I'm in a really bad spot. I guess we'll just take 5 here. Man, we'd have to break the gold to put theirs on the bottom. I mean, making 2 golds and a golden sun would be pretty good. So like, let's destroy our shield and put theirs on the bottom. I was like, if they hit a whiff, I was like, we're in there. And like, even if they hit a 6, we're in a really good spot. So we have a surge. So if let's see here. We can pitch Spinal to make a new surge, throw the Golden Sun, Arsenal Chokeslam, which is pretty good. Or I can pitch Chokeslam to make a surge. I mean, I guess I could pitch the Golden Sun to make a surge. And then throw Spinal, Arsenal to Chokeslam. I think that's the best line that we have here. And just leave the Chokeslam there so that we can block 9 and throw 8 next turn is pretty good. Hey, Diablo, what's up, dude? What are you up to today, man? You and Tiffany hanging out? Red Smash Instinct is really interesting. Like, I'm like kind of like intrigued by like the concept of them playing Red Smash Instinct for sure. I don't know. It's interesting. Got some work to make up for. LOL. Big hydrate already. Hey, Slip, what's going on, dude? How are you, brother? My man's been here 2 seconds and we got a big hydrate. Well, while my opponent's deciding how to block, let's big hydrate for Slip here. Oh, all right. We'll go Golden Sun, then Thunk. Arsenal the Chokeslam. I don't think my opponent meant to just pass right there. I don't know what just happened. Oh, they targeted me for Intimidate. And then realized they didn't have Go again. So this hand is actually... This is really good for us. I mean, they took the card I wanted to block with, but I don't really think it matters. We're just going to take 3, and then we're going to make a new Surge, and then we're going to pummel the Chokeslam here. Oh, nice, dude. I never got to see the first Doom, but I heard it was really good. You have to let me know if the second one's good, man. Stream's been good today. Stream has been very good today, for sure. Been testing a little bit, trying some different things, and just trying to test this matchup as a whole, I think, right now. I mean, we can just take 5 here, right? Because we have Disable Pummel, so again, like, this matchup isn't, like, a real matchup, in my opinion, just because of, like, some of the stuff that my opponent's playing, but, like, the pummels have felt very good here. Alright, well, like, the pummels did feel very good right there, like, that game. Like, even if my opponent was on, like, some spiciness there, like, that was some interesting stuff there, to say the least. Yeah, Slip. I think our opponent that game was like on a little bit of a spicy list there, maybe trying some stuff. I'm not sure, to be honest. Wasn't much of a game. Like, we were just kind of on the front foot the entire game. So we're gonna try and look for a more. We're gonna try and look for a more streamlined KO deck. This time around. Yo, Tameshi, what's up, dude? How are you, brother? Dude, Rick, pushing the likes, man. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys want to like that video, I think that does a lot for like our watched algorithm. I think like the likes on like the live videos does a lot for the algorithm on YouTube, actually. Testing is going well, Silent. When the day started out, I was playing. I was pretty much just playing my traditional 60 that I have set up here, which includes trounces. And then after talking to Robert a little bit, I've cut 3 trounces, and we're playing 2 pummels and a staunch into KO to see how it works. I've played 3 games with it so far, and I'm 2-1 into KO with it. So it's it's felt pretty good so far today for sure. So hopefully we find another KO opponent here. I think there's a lot of people playing KO online, so it shouldn't take too long to play KO, I wouldn't think, to find a KO deck. It's on most of the streaming platforms. I saw it pop up, Diablo, I saw it pop up I think it's on HBO. I saw it pop up for sure. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I've heard a lot of people say it's pretty good. I'm gonna do my best not to pee myself today. There, Slip. Dude, Drew immediately clipped that and sent it to the Discord. I had a pretty good laugh about that. That was pretty funny. I haven't tried Bagel's list at all, Tameshi, to be honest. I haven't seen his list at all. Yeah, let's go second. I think we always want to go second. Where do I know that name from? This is Robert. I'm pretty sure this is Robert. So let's see. Let's take out our trounces. Let's try the 2 pummels and the staunch and see how it feels today. I'm pretty sure this is Robert. That name looks super familiar, and I think it's Robert. And if it is Robert, then this is definitely a real KO deck. Yeah, second cycle sleeves. This is 1000% Robert, bro. This is definitely Robert. The one thing about Pummel that we're going to have to make sure we do is that we set up the Pummel in our arsenal, because he is playing Flesh Bag. So, like, it's very easy to get caught, like, in a bad spot because of the Flesh Bag. It's going to beat chest here. I assume we're going to here. Test Strength and Clash of Vigor. Let's go. Cranial Crush on top. You'll love to see it. We win both the Vigor token and that. So we get to make a surge. Throw Tannin, and then Arsenal Cranial Crush, which is good because Cranial Crush actually has text into our opponent. If we had drawn like a Choke Slam, I would have thrown the Choke Slam. I would have made a surge, thrown the Choke Slam, and then I would have actually heaved the Thunderquake to set up there a little bit, but... So Liam, like, I really like Debilitate, honestly. But so are you saying that you want to run Debilitate and Mangle in your deck and you want to, like, pivot them out? Or are you saying just cutting Debilitates and running Mangles instead just for the Warrior matchup? Just so I can understand your question a little bit better. I want to make sure that I understand everything we're talking about here. Don't call me baby. I love it when you hate me. Depends on what's coming after this. I mean, there could be a lot of good things coming after this, so like we'll just... I don't think this is worth clashing again. Like, I think I would rather just say no here. Like, we'd have to hit a 7, and like we're not giving him a gold or us a gold, so I think this is an okay card. Oh, like cut 1 Debilitate for 1 Mangle? I mean, you don't have to, like, you wouldn't have to twist my arm too hard to play 2 Debilitates and 1 Mangle. I haven't played against a lot of Warriors. Like, I'm not really of the opinion where it sits right now that you need a lot of help into Warriors, but like you wouldn't have to twist my arm very hard to like convince me that like that would be a better cut for the Warrior matchup for sure. I don't hate that idea of playing a 1 of Mangle for sure. So I was debating that myself, Slip, if I would rather have the Tunic over the Tech Plating in this matchup. And the truth is I really don't know. Like, wholehearted honesty, I don't know which one I like better. But like if we are considering playing Pummel, we do have to take into account, do we want to be playing Tunic as well? I completely agree with like that sentiment that like Tunic does work well with Pummel, especially Command and Conquer. So like I haven't tested that theory yet, but I do like the idea of what you're thinking about there. Like, it's definitely like a question I have to ask myself. I mean, I could see Mangle being really good into Tekla Vossen and Max. Yeah, that is for sure. That is for sure. But yeah, I mean, they're probably not going to leave they're probably not going to leave open Dynamos to getting blown out by that. That does make a lot of sense. I think we take 4 here and block whatever they do next. Because he's going to discard a card. Like, he's going to discard a wind up here, like 100%. So if we go to 29, we can block the Command and Conquer, throw the Choke Slam. Yeah, so we're blocking here for sure. I think we just want to go ahead and give the shield here. Like, let's just, like, giving the shield early is fine, in my opinion. We can kind of use it to, like, propel ourselves forward with a Golden Sun. But I like throwing the Chokeslam here. Chokeslam is what I call an on surge turn card. So like there are a lot of like the 4 for 8 cards that I run in my deck, like Debilitate and Chokeslam are like the 2 biggest ones. And they work really well with surges because they're a 2-card 8 if you have a Seismic Surge in play. Spinal Crush, Thunderquake, cards like that are what I like to call an off surge turn. Cards that work well when we do not have a Seismic Surge in play. So I like throwing the 3 for 8, not making a Seismic Surge, and then arsenaling what I would call an off surge turn. I think that's really good. Now, we also have an opportunity here to try and set up our Pummel, which I really like a lot. So, Bing. What a funny name. I love that name. Please tell me where that came from. But dude, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you were able to catch one of the live streams, man. Thanks for coming by and hanging out today. CNC Pummel is absolutely backbreaking. Yeah, 100%, brother. 100%. It is absolutely backbreaking. And the Tunic makes that so much better, especially if we arsenal one of our Pummels early. Like the Tunic just makes that so good. So good. I mean, we can break one of our golds here to like put this on the bottom because like I think this would be a good turn to like try and win this. And we can target our opponent here, and we did win. Now he knows that he has a Blood Rush Bellow on top, so he could potentially play differently, but now we have like an insanely good hand here. Like this is a really good hand. So we're definitely going to arsenal the Pummel. I'm really curious to see what Robert throws at me here. Oh, you're struggling into Kasai? So, Liam, if that came across as like me being condescending or anything, I apologize. That was in no way my goal of what I was saying right there. So I apologize if it came across that way. Like I think that like if you're playing against a really good Kasai player, like it can probably be tough at times. I agree. Like it can, like depending on like the skill level of who you're playing against can really determine the matchup for sure. But so like if you feel like you need help into Kasai, man, then like definitely try sideboarding cards, like especially if it's like at your local metagame. Like that is the one thing I will tell everybody. If you see me playing a list and I'm like, man, I play this list because of this, this, and this, and I'm like talking about RTN season, like the idea of what I was talking about earlier about playing Oasis Respite because I'm tired of losing to people at RTN season, like because I'm tired of losing to like average Kanos at RTN season, then like I think that's a fantastic idea. Like I think you should like be tweaking your deck to like however it suits you. If you know there's not going to be a Kano, cut the AB1 for my list and then cut the 2 Respites and play different cards, like depending on what you're going to see for sure. So yeah, I think changing the list based off what you're going to see is great, Liam. Hey, Keaton, what's up, dude? How are you? Oh, dude, back in your music playing days? Dude, let's go. What, like, were you like in band in high school or like were you like in a band like in college or something like that? Like, talk to me, man. Dude, 4-0 on the Victor list. I love it, dude. I love to hear that, man. I'm all about like some like really good like Victor gameplay, man. Like I am all about it. I think this is a good Civic Steps. I think this is a really good Civic Steps turn. We go to 24 here. So we're only at 5 points, but we do have the Balance of Justice here. I probably should have cracked Balance of Justice before that to see what my hand was going to look like. So crack Balance of Justice. Block with Debilitate. Yo, dude, Tameshi, gifting out another sub. Dude, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, brother. That means a lot, man. So if I take 4 here and go to 20, we can throw Pummel Chokeslam. So this would have been a great turn for, I guess the Tunic wouldn't have been very good here. Like the Tunic wouldn't have really mattered at all here, to be honest. Like, wouldn't have done very much right there at all. Not at all. I've just been wondering. No, absolutely, man. Like that's like one of the things I would tell everybody, man, is like if you start to like if you want to change the deck, you know, change it and see what works for you, man, for sure. You've like sinks into Kasai, so I haven't really added sinks to my deck, but like, whoa, did I see something about? I run AB4 and Oasis Tunic for Kano. I refuse to get got by Kano. Brickless. That is a level of dedication that I strive for, brother. That is a level of dedication that I strive for. He said, my man said, I'm never going to get got by Kano, and I dare you to try and stop me. I was in a metal band from 19 to 24. Dude, that's awesome, man. That's a really cool, like, that's really fun stuff you could tell everybody, man. Dude, I would lead with that a lot for sure. That's cool. I'm like always like really impressed by people that are like musically talented, because I am not in any way. I mean, we could be looking at go to 18. E-Strike, put the Debilitate on the bottom for 7. I could also just throw the Debilitate for 8 and not Arsenal anything here. I don't know. I think it's better to go to 18 here and throw 7. We could try and crack a gold. Draw blue, throw the Debilitate, Arsenal the E-Strike. We do not know what's on top of our deck. If we hit another red, we're just going to cry ourselves to sleep. I think that we're just going to go for this play here. I think this is a better line. Like, Robert's getting kind of low, and like we want to push the advantage here as much as we can. So, Alan, that's one of the things that I've struggled with the most, is cutting Prime to Fight from my list, because there is nothing in the world that is better than blocking with a Trounce and winning the Trounce and then playing a Prime to Fight for 11 off of like a 2-card 11. It's insane, bro. Like, cutting Prime to Fight from my list was like a hard decision that I was forced to make over time. Like, that I think like, so like mostly right now it's like E-Strikes over like right now it's mostly like E-Strikes over that, but you would not have to twist my arm very hard to get me to. So I mean, we're going to have this to Arsenal, basically. The only way we truly get blown out here is if this is a send packing. If it's a send packing, like, that's kind of like rough, but we still get to throw the CNC, I guess. So this is 5, dominate, go again. He can technically throw the... I can block 3 here, and then I can still throw this for 10 overpower. Block 3 from hand. Block 7. Take 3, go to 1. And then he gets to throw the claw at me. I'm just going to go to 11 here. I think it's better to keep my yeah, we just get to come in for 10 overpower here, and we get to force a card, and we get to force all of his equipment over here, which is great. Actually, wait, I just counted wrong. He's just dead. Oh, yeah, he doesn't have any block with on scab skins. I just miscounted there. I just completely miscounted. All right, so again, like, this version of the deck has felt really good. Like, I lost 3 games into Silas not playing it. Not playing Pummels, and now I've won 3 games. I was 1-3 without Pummels, and am I 3-0 since I've added the Pummels? Playing 2 Pummels has put me at 3-0, I think. That was absolutely crazy. We're going to go back and change the matchup guide for that. I am not a KO gamer. Robert, thanks for the game, man. I appreciate you hopping in and playing with me, man, for sure. Appreciate you hopping in and playing with me for sure. All right, I'm sorry. I'm going to go back and read some of the chat messages that I've missed here. I'm also in the stubborn camp that refuses to side out to Oasis and AB3. Just so many. So, Silent, that's kind of where I'm at, is like I'm running 2 Oasis and AB2 because like I think that's going to let me beat an average Kano player. Not a great Kano player by any means. I don't think you can stop a great Kano player, but with Victor. But like I do think that like Oasis, 2 Oasis and like 2 copies, like 2 AB2 will give me a good matchup into like average Kanos for sure. Dude, Victor's awesome, man. Like, listen, I get it. Like, Rick, I completely understand why you hate him. Honestly, man. Like, I get it. I get it. Like, I understand. Like, nobody liked Oldham. Nobody likes Victor. Like, you either love these decks or you hate them. I completely get it, brother. So talking about drawing the card, yeah, Slip, I agree. If we draw into another red right there after we like use the Golden Sun to draw a card, I think we're in a really bad spot. And using the Golden Sun actually gave us like really good positioning right there as far as like the game was concerned. I actually like really agree with that. Like that playing the Golden Sun to like finish the game off was great. So Jose, that's an interesting question. I was very against Red Macho Grande at first, but I have really become a big fan of Red Macho Grande in the mirror against Bravo. Like it's really good, and like it's really good in my opinion, and it fills that role of like being able to like give me the ability to close games against like Dash and Inventor Extraordinaire when they're playing like Pivot Dash and things like that. So I think the capability to be able to like have that 10 dominate is really good. I don't know. Like I'm a pretty big fan of the Red Macho Grande. Like I get where you're coming from, and I thought it was overkill at first too, but I'm actually a really big fan of it now that like I've been playing it for a while for sure. Are you saying that you don't, Alan? Were you saying that you could see cutting Prom to fight, or that you couldn't? Just to clarify, because it says like if you were in a meta with less warriors, like you could see cutting Prime to fight, but I want to make sure that like that's what you meant there. Yeah, Silent. Sorry, like Silent kind of like reiterating what I said there. Tameshi, I'm going to be honest. 2 Pummels has felt absolutely amazing. I've been a huge fan of 2 Pummels so far, dude. I'm so behind on chat, guys. I'm trying to catch up on chat. I'm sorry, guys. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you could probably play like 1 Trounce and like the 2 Pummels, Robert. Like, that could probably be like a thing you could do. Like, that could probably be fine, honestly, if you were going to get there from there. Only Viz hate is allowed? Dude, if you started playing the game at a time when Skeleton Viserai was a thing, I think everybody hates Viserai. Like, that was the first skirmish I ever played at. Somebody was playing Skeleton Viserai, and I died on, like, turn 2 or 3. And I was like, what just happened? Like, it's so, yeah. Like, hating on Viserai has, like, been cool for a while now. There are 4 victors, so I'm here trying to find the weakness. Well, Knight, I hope you find that weakness, man. I think Victor's one of the best heroes in the format. Like, I love Victor, man. What are you playing? What are you trying to play at your RTN this coming weekend, Knight? I'm curious. Victor's a beautiful soul. Yeah, the fact that it like 10 dominate closes out games, and the fact that it helps with the class ratio is really good in my opinion. I like that a lot. Yeah, absolutely, Jose. Happy to, man. I want to try Prime to Fights and Righteous Cleansing instead of E-Strikes and Rouse into KO. Ooh, that's interesting. Listen, I love Righteous Cleansing. Like, Righteous Cleansing is a great, like, Guardian Mirror card, but, like, it was one of the first cards that I cut from the list, honestly, when we were, like, testing new things and trying new things for sure. Oh, man. I do like winning clashes now. I like winning clashes. So I actually agree. When heavy hitters first came out, I was actually pretty against Prime to Fight. I was like, man, this card's like kind of mid. And then I won a trounce and block 6 and threw 11 off the 2 cards, and I was all in. Play Levia, Victor's a buy. All right, man, Sam, that's a lot of talk there, fam. I don't know. I've beaten a couple pretty good Levia players. Like, now listen, I'm not saying like, I don't know. Like, it's very close in my opinion. A buy? That is so aggressive, bro. That is so aggressive. Bro, like, I honestly think that matchup's very 50-50. I'm curious to know, like, actually, if you really think it's a buy. I'm planning to play Kasai. So, I'm going to be honest, man, like, it could be the people that I'm playing against who play Warrior, like, at my locals, but, like, I have been, like, walloping people, no pun intended, playing Victor into Warrior decks. Like, I got Kasai, like Olympia, like Dorinthia, like... The only Dorinthia I have lost to was playing 9 Steelblade Shunts, 3 Oasis Respite, 3 Sink Below, 3 Fate Foreseen, Decimator Great Axe, and 3 Sigil of Solace. That is the only Dorinthia I have lost to. So... Yeah, a lot of people play around Pummel in a certain situation, so like the threat of Pummel does buy me a lot of value. Yeah, for sure. Aggro versus Mansant? Dude. Listen, man. I'm totally down to play against Mansant. I'm here for the clout that would bring my stream. I'm sure Ethan's got better things to do than to play against me on a Sunday, though. But if that was different, I'd cut it. For sure, that makes sense. It's a pilot issue? Really? If Levi loses to Guardian, it's a pilot issue. So I'd actually like to hear more about that. I really would. Like, feels 50-50 the most of the meta. Yeah, I feel like it's very, like, I have beaten a lot of, like, I've beaten a lot of Levias, but I've lost to a lot of Levias. Like, it's a very interesting matchup, and there's a lot of back and forth. I don't know, like, and it kind of feels like from my point of view, it kind of feels like KO a little bit, where like if I'm winning clashes against you, I have a higher chance of winning the game. But that is also a matchup that I've been running Trounce into, and when I'm winning kind of thing. Like, I don't know, like, that's interesting. I would be curious to try the Pummels into that too. Going to watch Dune 2. Robert, thanks for hanging out, man. Hope you have a good night, brother. Okay, so Bing makes a good point. In reference to Warriors, there are like Warriors, and then there's Bolton in my opinion. Bolton is a different kind of deck, and I think that Bolton has a very like close or favored matchup into Guardian because all of my cards are attack actions and they play into what he's trying to do. The turns that I get a lot of value are cards like Trounce and Test of Strength. I think those 2 cards buy me a lot of value in that matchup and give me a chance. But I think if you're a really good Bolton player, I think you'll beat me playing Victor most of the time, to be honest. You're doing quite well into Guardians on her. I mean, hey, maybe the Kasai lists have changed, and I haven't seen the changes, and I haven't played against people who are playing updated lists. Like, again, all of that stems from my experience. I'm not saying that it's indefinitely one way or the other. It just stems from my experience on the hero, for sure. So to be fair, it's very hard to call Levia matchups for the average player because, like, most people are going to just play the deck, not pilot the deck. I mean, that's a really good way to look at it, man. Like, that's like, I like that a lot. And so it's funny because, like, I think that there's a lot to be said about like every hero like that in a lot of ways, but especially Levia. So like, Ethan, I don't know if you saw my stream like a couple weeks ago. I streamed Levia a couple weeks ago and I went 0-7. Levia is one of the hardest decks I've ever played, bar none. Like, there are a lot of decks that have like really like given me a lot of like thought-provoking lines like over like the last like couple of years of me playing Flesh and Blood. Levia is like, I have to play as efficiently as possible, and I'm also trying not to die to Blood Debt randomly out of nowhere. Like, it is like, one of the hardest decks ever. Like, I have a very new high level a newfound level of respect for people who play Leviathan consistently. Congratulations, by the way, on your gold foil yesterday. I got to see some of your top 8 games. Congrats, by the way, man. That was exciting to watch. Rick, I get that. I think most people like Victor and they enjoy watching it, but when they're playing against it, they're like, Jesus, let's get this over with. I mean, so, I guess it turns off. I guess if you do buckle into buckling blow against a Dromai, you do get the ability to turn off their Tome of the Imperial Flame, which could be kind of cool. That could be kind of cool. Like, I could see that being fun for sure. Like, just turn off tomes to where like they're just like significantly worse. So why is that controlled by the Leviathan player? So like I know that like you're not here to like break out Leviathan for me, but like why is that controlled by the Leviathan player? Because like as a Guardian player, like you are correct. I always want to be playing the numbers game. Like if you're playing the numbers game into me, and I would say this about pretty much every deck. Like if you're playing the numbers game with me into like against Victor, I think you're going to lose almost every time. I think earlier, like what we were seeing earlier, you have to be doing what Silas was doing. I think to be consistently having those 3 chain link attacks to like be winning the game on a consistent level. Because I do think in a lot of cases, if you are playing the numbers game with me, you're going to lose to Victor. Victor plays the numbers game better than like most heroes I've seen in a long time. So like, just like if you're trying to run the numbers game into me, like I like feel very favored in those matchups for sure. Don't try pummel into Leviathan. Okay, so don't try that. We got somebody saying not to. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can definitely get down with that for sure. Is it amazing? No, but we got to assert dominance. Listen, man, I hear that. Sometimes you just gotta let them know, fam. Sometimes you just gotta let them know. Like buckle, if you have a lot of warriors and assassins, like having buckles in your sideboard could be really good for sure. Like I could see that. Oh, you can't target. Oh, I didn't realize that. I guess it doesn't block for 0 or anything. It's not like Crown of Seeds, so you actually can't blow it up. Okay. So Brickless is kind of like shut that down. Sag. That's true, Silent. Being able to kill the furnace is actually insane in that matchup. I don't like Hot Streak. If you rely on it for go again, you just lose. Plus double harm gets brick once to it, one force gold through, which is what I'm doing with Candy Guardian. So I haven't seen a lot of people play. I haven't really had anybody besides like some random Talishar games where people are playing double Saber into me. So that definitely could be the difference there in the answer for what people are looking for. Are you talking about Victor into Redline, Arachne, or Azuri? Is that what you mean, Bing? Just to clarify. There's more front armor, better trade patterns, bar winning clashes. Freest, I win now, pitch decks, barraging, Tearling from Limb Convulsions. And now some very intentional setup with agility for 4 wide, Blood Rush Bellow turns. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. When you take away clashes, Leviathan does get to pitch stack and set up very well, and she also gets to play like a very good trading game. And the fact that you start with, what do you start with, 14 armor? I mean, it's 6, 8, 11, 14. Yeah, you get to start with 14 armor. And what do I start with? Let's see, I start with 2, 5, 8, 11. Do I also start with 14? 2, 5, 8, 11. Yeah, so I also start with 14 armor. So we start with the same amount of armor, but yeah, like short of me winning clashes, which is tough to do against Leviathan, like, I mean, you do have a lot of very dumb turns. Like your ceiling's definitely higher than mine. And if you can string together multiple ceilings across the course of one game, like, then yeah. I would actually really like to play against you when you're playing Levia. I think that would be like a real fun challenge for me. Like, I think that would be a real fun like challenge for me. I would like to see that. I think that would be a fun game to play. I'm the bringer of bad news. Oh, we're brickless. I wasn't looking at you in that light at all, man. But I mean, listen, somebody's got to be the messenger, right? That's always how it goes down, man, for sure. You control Kano with buckle into buckling blow early in the game. Only happened once for me in the Lexi meta where that tech was common. Dude, can you imagine how upset? That's awesome. I would love to do that to a Kano, bro. I would love to do that to a Kano. That would be hilarious, man. That would be an awesome thing to do. Just stare at him. Slips bouncing back and forth between the chats. I love it. So I'm only on Victor. Rip Oldham. Okay, so let me scroll back up and see to make sure. So Bing, I'm going to be honest, and again, like this could be from my experience because a lot of my games come from Talishar and testing with my team. Now, I have to say, like the guys on the team are really good and like they really make me sweat and think about my lines a lot. But like on Talishar, sometimes you kind of get like those free games where people don't really, you know, like have a lot of like they don't like it's a very non-game is like one of the nicest way I know how to say it. And so like I really try not to add those to my testing sheet so that like I don't like get those bogged down. Or a lot of times when I'm streaming, if I do add them to my sheet, I put asterisks next to them so that I can see them. But I mean, honestly, like I have just kind of been like running over those decks in a lot of times. Like I bring in Rouses, Zealous, E-Strike, bring in the Pummels, and I just try to go ham. Like I run a lot of cards. I do not bring in the Staunches. I don't think I bring in the Staunches in that matchup, and I don't think I bring in the Respites, but I bring in everything else, and I just try to race and just go ham. Just try to run them over is pretty much the plan. Like, that's pretty much been my plan, and it's been working for me, so. Yeah, so I guess with Apex, you have to count that as 16. You have to count that as 16? Yeah. So, Fleshbag, I like in the matchup, Fleshbag just says block 2, in my opinion. Like, short of like my horrible punt that we all saw earlier, I made a very bad mistake playing against Silas earlier on. And he was able to use Fleshbag as like it was somewhere between like 2 to 4 points worth of value that we missed out on. It was probably more than that. It was honestly probably like 5 to 6 points worth of value that we missed out on because of it. But Fleshbag does say block for 2 a lot, but you do make a good point that Apex is Goliath Gauntlet that blocks 3, like Ethan for sure. She does have an extra weapon. If you're able to turn it on, like you can get a lot of value out of her, like being able to swing both the claws in a turn for sure. Well, if Slip's over here, I'll get over here too. I'm starting a trend. You got a list that I can look at? I don't run E-Strike in my list. I couldn't find a spot. Yeah, Bing, you can hit !deck and find my list anytime you want to. Also, there's a copy of the deck in the description down below. For sure. Absolutely. So you can find it. Yeah, I was like, I always have my list available to you guys. I've started making copies of my deck. Now I keep the copy of my deck as updated as my deck is, but I've made copies of it. So, cause I like to see how other people fare into matchups with my deck, and I like to like be able to keep my testing on my list specifically, and then I like to be able to see how the community plays and how like you all do with the deck and stuff like that with results. So I like to be able to see the difference there for sure. Stream today? Yeah, brother. We ended up doing a Sunday stream for sure. I was pretty excited to be able to stream today. Sorry you missed it, Troll. We played into KO all day, trying to different matchups, and I actually come up with a different like Robert like provided us with a different way of thinking about the matchup, and so like I'm gonna try that some more. It felt very good today when we were playing it, but I'm gonna be looking at trying it some more. It just checks to see if it's an equipment, so you can actually buckling blow their headpiece. That's kind of cool. They have a function for what, Slip? Guys, thanks for hanging out today. I appreciate you guys being here. We're probably going to call it a stream. A couple things I want to talk about before we get off here real quick. The Talistar tournament is coming up, so if you guys have any interest in like getting some CC practice in before, it's the weekend before LA. I know a lot of people who live on the West Coast are probably going to be at the Age Open, the AGE Open. I think they call it the Age Open, but if you're hanging out at home and you got nothing going on, come by, hang out. It's in the Discord. You can hit ! Discord in the chat and find the link to the Discord. There's a place to register for the Talistar tournament. It's all going to be done through Jim, and it's free to enter. I got some prizes. There's a cold foil Teklo core from Skirmishes. I think it's Skirmish or ProQuest. I can't remember. And we got a Flicker Trick mat that we're going to give away to first and second and some things like that. So if you want to get some CC practice in before LA, come by and hang out in the Discord. We'd love to have you, and we'd love to have you at the tournament for sure. I think there's like 20 people right now. So I think there's like 20 people right now. Excuse me. I think there's like 20 people signed up right now. I don't know what else I was going to talk about. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out today. I appreciate you guys for being here. If you like the content, be sure to follow, hit subscribe wherever you're hanging out on. I will be back. Oh, the other thing I want to talk about before we get out of here, tomorrow, for the first time ever, as long as nothing falls through and everybody's still able to come over, I'm going to be bringing you in-person Talistar testing, just like they do on Second Cycle's channel. And I know a lot of people have been doing stuff like this, but I've got the whole setup in my living room, and I finally got it all hooked up. And I'm really excited to actually be, excuse me, I'm actually really excited to be doing this. It's going to be in-person games instead of Talistar tomorrow. We're going to be going live at 7 Eastern time, I think is what I've got set up as. And we're going to be doing some in-person testing. So I'm really excited to share that. I know that I never really got to do that on the channel before, so I'm pretty excited to be able to share that with you guys. So if you want to see some in-person games, come by and hang out tomorrow. And I'll see you guys then. Have a good Sunday, guys.